Coming up on Mobile Learning in the Classroom, creativity. Hi, my name is Trainin, and this is Mobile Learning in the Classroom from TechEdge, and today I want to talk about creativity. There are two apps that have been making me especially happy recently, and I'm going to talk about both of them. The first one that we're going to talk about is PlayDoh Touch. And in PlayDoh Touch, what you do is you create some things out of Play-Doh, and it's right beneath me, and we've played around just before we started shooting to create some Play-Doh creatures. We've got an elephant, we've got a bear/kanga, we've got a duck, and we've got a flower. So these are things we've just created in a few minutes. And then what we did is we went to PlayDoh Touch. And in PlayDoh Touch, you can actually scan your creations. We found out that light surfaces help you scan it the right way. And then what you can do is you can start playing with those creations that you've made. So let me just take you to where we are. And you can see that you can have multiple creations in there. And you can see that so this incorporates both the creativity by creating these characters in Play-Doh, and then it asks you at specific times to create specific things in Play-Doh, and it also has game-like features. So as we're moving through this game, and I can move this a little bit faster just so we can get to the game, you can see that we can start our game, and we can start our game by scanning a creature. Let's scan our Dan's elephant. You can see that it kind of sees what the outline is, and it's not always exact, so you need to play with it. Shadows do matter, so lighting will matter. We've got here the lighting that comes from the camera, so we've got kind of a funny tail to the elephant, which is perfectly fine. And now we can start playing, and you can see that you collect Play-Doh along the way. And as you collect them, you can get to add creatures and add creations to your work. So I'm going to use my flower to do that. And it has to see the whole creation. And once it does, here we have now the flower, and again the shadow is playing with that. So you do have to think about lighting, which is actually a really good lesson since we do expect kids to start being able to create. And you see that now the flowers are all over and they're part of the world we created. So that's a way to do that. And as you get along, you are asked to make more and more creations, and you have the opportunities to have more characters. Here we're getting another one like us. So now they're moving in parallel, and you can see that you can collect different creatures on the way. You can create them. Let's try to incorporate our duck. I know it's supposed to be a ghost, but we've got a duck. So let's see if it'll let us. And this is where things start getting tricky. So you need to create based on what they want you to create, which sometimes is harder. And so that's one of the challenges that we find with this game is it does allow you to be creative, but there are boundaries that they've created around this to make sure that you learn to create different shapes and you're not just creating blobs everywhere. So I love this. And as we played with this and created with this, I love the fact that it incorporates all of these things. It incorporates the game features, and at the same time, there's lots of creativity. You interact with something physical, so you're not doing something just inside the game, and you get to kind of marry the two in what just makes me smile. So this is a Play-Doh, Touch Play-Doh, and I think it's a fabulous app that allows you to do a lot and allows kids to create and be creative. And you can do this at home, you can do this in the classroom. The app is great, it is available, and it is free. The second one is one from Tiny Bop. Tiny Bop is an outfit that created a variety of fantastic apps for kids, and this one is called Me. And in Me, you really write about yourself. You get the opportunity to answer some questions about yourself. I've got a profile in there, and you can have multiple profiles, which is really useful, and it's true about many of their other things, you can see that you fill out things like, this is my age, this is my favorite YouTube channel. That would be TechEdge. TechEdge01. If you don't have a favorite one, that should be your favorite. And then it's got questions. So if I were the ruler of the universe, this would be our flag. So you draw a flag, right? You can go over the lines, which I appreciate, by the way. So you can actually, let's use this one. Make a flag, and if it was the flag of the universe, it would have to be I would have to have a bear's face right in the middle of the flag, and then we can have a flower and a bird. And so that's my flag of the universe. And you can record, so only my best friends know this about me, and then you can record. So lots of things about the user as a person. And the way I like thinking about it, besides just being a great opportunity to talk about yourself and to really focus on the things you care about and kind of outline them, what I love about this is this can be a great way to get kids to start writing. So they have all of this information about themselves, and then they can use the little things they've created to be story starters and to really do things that allow them to be creative and to write meaningful things. So you can add, this is, I visited this place, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, right? And then I can draw it. That's the Leaning Tower, right? It's round, right? It's not necessarily a great photo, but it's so you can see how you can start incorporating and start bringing the writing in. So now you've told me what's the place you visited. Tell me more about this place. Tell me how you felt about it and all kinds of things. And you can see that you can get more and more and more bubbles. This is a great way for kids to really talk about what they care about and for you to get to know them. So Tiny Bop Me is a great app. It's really, really creative. It allows kids to really bring out what they care about. So today on Mobile Learning in the Classroom, we talked about 2 creativity apps. We talked about Play-Doh Touch, and we talked about Tiny Bop Me. And I'll see you next time on Mobile Learning in the Classroom.